amount. I mean, look, as you all know, small businesses in the U.S., including in the U.S. as an example, small businesses were growing very healthily pre-COVID, 5 to 6 percentage points a year, according to our data. And then what we saw is with COVID, a big disruption. And then, of course, just as they started to recover from COVID, inflationary pressure, 11 interest rate increases. And this just they were starting to settle from that, and maybe the promise of, let's say, a deregulated environment. Well, along comes new uncertainty with it, as an example, tariffs. So they are having to navigate a lot in the last 10 years, certainly,
So,
but certainly in the last few months, even more.
so Kendra, one of the things too we're not worried, curious about, and I know it's something you have been working on, and that is to expand your presence in North America, and it sounds like the U.S. specifically. Walk us through what you have been doing, the investments you've been making, and what kind of growth you are seeing. And I'm also just curious generally about your exposure to the U.S. market.
Yeah, so interestingly, we're probably one of the few, native cloud SaaS businesses of very large scale that is underweight the U.S., meaning the U.S. was a new market for Xero. Obviously, I'm based here in Silicon Valley and have been here for the last 30 years. But for Xero, they entered the U.S. market maybe a decade ago on the promise of bringing cloud-based accounting to the market. It was largely a desktop market. And over the last 10 years, I'd say the company's steadily increased its focus and presence in the U.S. and is now seeing a nice acceleration of those efforts in subscriber growth, very strong subscriber growth. We just reported results about a week ago. Very strong revenue growth here in the U.S. And what we see is very, very much a lot of white space. There's still a large number of small businesses that have never digitized their back-end accounting here in the U.S. And obviously, the opportunity to do so saves them time, saves them money, and with AI can offer new insights. So we see a pretty attractive market landscape here that we've been building towards.
How do you do this at scale with a sales force that, is it cold calling? Because when you're calling on these small and medium-sized businesses, some of them are indeed very small, and those could be pretty small accounts. Is it self-service? How do you handle the incoming, or is it outgoing?
Well, in the U.S., we have a multi-channel approach, just as we do everywhere around the world. We have a pretty big direct or self-service motion where small businesses can discover Xero online through ads, through social media. We have large Facebook and LinkedIn engagement, and can come to the website and sign up directly. So we have a big direct funnel. We have a sales force, but that sales force, believe it or not, calls on accountants and bookkeepers, not some small businesses directly, because, of course, many of the small businesses we have work with an accountant or bookkeeper for their taxes and bookkeeping. And then the third thing is we have increasingly new channels and new partnerships working with other vertical SaaS providers, people like the neobanks around the world, where they refer customers into Xero as an SMB is starting their journey in payroll or payments or banking. And so we work across all three channels everywhere in the world pretty successfully.
How are you using AI right now from the perspective not just of with your clients, but also when it comes to sales?
Yeah, so look, I think that like many cloud-based accounting services or cloud-based services, our first goal is to put AI in the hands of our customers. So the full focus is on launching Jax, which we did this past year. Jax is Just Ask Xero. It's our sort of companion, if you think on the site, of your like mini CFO in a box that helps you use Xero. This year, we're very much focused on the expansion of Jax for our customers so it can do more jobs for you on our platform. And of course, that is the promise of AI. It just really give back, first and foremost, time on these tasks, accounting tasks, payment tasks, and then to give you more intelligence, more reasoning, and all the insights our platform has to offer to really expand that offering through AI. That's the first and foremost focus of the company right now.